This is Chris Hyatt. We're here at itsjustmovies.com at the Akron Music, not music, God, this is a movie festival, right?
Music involved.
Well, there's music involved, but
music in the movie.
I'm here with the director and the also subjects of the movie, Sincerely V Reese. Introduce yourself, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Phillip Swift. I was the writer, cinematographer, and editor of the film.
My name is Dave Rich. I was in it a little bit.
Yeah.
My
name's Steve. My name's Steve Bishop. I was also featured in the film. Briefly.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to slide this forward. Okay, so lots of questions. First off, when I actually looked at the trailer before coming in. I was actually going to do a write-up. I'm no good at doing documentaries, but the first thing that struck me was you said it was a movie about death. But when I actually saw the whole thing, the first immediate thought I had was, this is almost like an anthology of all of your previous movies, which is great. So, I mean, any thoughts on? Well, first, I gotta say, how old were you when you did your first movie?
The one that's referenced in the film, Columbia Conspiracy, is from 1993, I think, and it's so we were 13 years old, and. Yeah, and I agree. It is the film. The purpose of the film in the beginning is to introduce you to this group of people who made all these films throughout high school and elementary or middle school and high school, and then introduce this character of our friend Steve, who later subsequently passed away from leukemia. So
right. And the first movie was called Colombian Conspiracy.
Yeah.
In 1993, what inspired you to shoot a movie about running through the jungles chasing after coke dealers?
We wanted to make an action movie. Like later on, if you look at all the films we made, they're all funny movies because Colombian Conspiracy was such a disaster as a serious action film that we decided that it was completely ridiculous to have 13-year-olds running around with toy guns, and it was just funnier to make movies about people trying to buy coffee beans or people having a little toast workshop, assembly line thing.
Speaking of ridiculous and toaster workshops, let's talk about the toaster workshop.
These guys are the ones who I'm talking about. I had nothing to do with it.
Where was the genesis? I mean, what did you guys smoke and come up?
There was a bunch of bored. God, I don't think I had a driver's license yet. I think it was a bunch of bored 14 and 15-year-olds who. We were sitting around and it was like, what if I made toast and then you jellied it and then you ate it?
Yeah, well, I think the essential idea was just what if there's a toast, like a factory that just made toast. That's what was its entire purpose. And that's that one, sentence, that one thesis, is kind of where the movie started. And from there, there's no dialogue in the movie whatsoever. The whole movie is set to the Hall of the Mountain King, and the movie it's about how it is becoming more and more frantic as we try and make more toast to, I guess, meet toast quotas. I don't know. It really wasn't like it. There wasn't a whole. It was a pretty flimsy basis for a movie, but it's still one of my favorites. I think because of that. So
it's no flimsier than a lot of other movies. I just think. None of us did drugs and none of us drank at the time, and none of us, it's just, that's why I like watching those, is because they bring up good memories. They don't bring up, later on when I began to drown my sorrows over broken dreams.
On that note,
are we still on video?
We're about to get kicked out, so maybe.
I was going to say, two quick questions. Speaking of memories, this is obviously a movie about your friend Steven who passed. And thank you. We're talking about low budget. This is about as low budget as it gets. When you guys made this, was this part of the healing process for you, or did you guys just come together and say, wow, this is it's great, all these movies, let's just YouTube them together almost? And,
it was started on around the 5th anniversary of his death. I had moved away and I missed my friends a lot, and I started putting all these old movies online on Vimeo because it was so easy to do. And due to that, I realized that Steve was in all these films, and that it meant a lot to be able to look back and see him in these films, and see him as Dan says in the movie, our friend Dan, see him as how we remember him, and be able to hear him laugh and talk again. I feel bad because we do have to wrap this up.
Yeah, we do.
You can go to dearmothman.com and find out more about this film and other films, or go to vimeo.com and look up Phillip Swift, that's Phillip with one L, to see Sincerely V Reese and other stuff.
Okay, so We've got a sign off because they're about to kick us out of this building. We got Phillip Swift. We've got
Dave Rich.
Dave Rich.
Steve Bishop.
Steve Bish.
Right.
And this is Chris Hyatt. As I move it back with it'sjustmovies.com. We're out of here.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.